What's poppin', world? Back at it again with another video for y'all. Y'all tapped in with the Head of the Game podcast. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So let's just keep it 100, y'all. Are you a Brokie? Are you living paycheck to paycheck? Are you a person that feels like no matter how far they get ahead, they always feel behind? Well, this video is especially for you, right? Because not very long ago, and I'm telling you, it wasn't a long time ago, I was in this very same place, and it took a situation for me to transfer and get out of the Brokie level, right? Or Brokie tier, you know? No, I'm not wealthy. No, I'm not well off. I guess success is relative, I guess. You know, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm straight. You feel me? Meaning I'm good. You feel me? I'm good right now. I could be better. I'm good. Still a lot to work on, but let me get to it. So, how I was able to break the Brokie mentality, because it is a mentality. It has something to do with your circumstance and your situation as well. You know, income, finances, you know, your income to debt ratio, if you will. But by and large, it's a mentality. This is the way I broke the mentality. Now, I'm going to just keep it 100. I'm not a financial advisor. You feel me? This may not work for everybody. It may not work for many. I don't know. All I can tell you is what it did for me. When I got my paycheck and I went to the ATM, or you can go to the bank and you withdraw all your money out and you go back to your crib, and I would not advise nobody to tell nobody about doing this, right? I call this money cuffs or money jail, right? Money cuffs, restricting your ability to spend. When you go back to that house and you got that money in your hand, it's better to delegate it because you're not doing a whole bunch of math problems, for one. The accessibility of being able to spend becomes limited because now you have cash, not credit or debit or whatever the case may be, right? And what you do is you leave all your cash at the house and you leave out the house with an allowance. $20, $10, $40, whatever your daily expense that makes sense to you, leave it at the house. Now you got bills and stuff like that. Go ahead, bust that down. Boop, 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 boop. It makes it more better to delegate it because it's more tangible. You feel me? You can hold it. You can feel it. You can separate it. You know, it gives you a better psychological edge on knowing how to delegate your responsibilities and bills and stuff, because you're not on Amazon. You know, you're not booking stuff and, you know, going out of your way. Well, really, to keep it 100, now someone could take all this cash from the house, put it right back on the debit card, and be in the very same place that you try to get away from. But I will say that, depending on the kind of person you are, that's an inconvenient situation. And you're going to start to become guilty, right? Once you have the premeditated act of, hey, this is the money I set aside, this is what I'm saving up for, or this is my savings, and now I'm undermining my savings by taking all of my cash and putting it right back on my debit card where I can burn a hole in my pocket the fastest. You feel me? Swipe, get online, get the browsing, order this, order that, Zip Pay, Klarna, all this other stuff. And that's another set of handcuffs. But I would say those are your financial cuffs. You feel me? Restricting, or your lifestyle cuffs, where you're not setting aside the money to really live the life you want to live. You're trying to finance everything and have everything under rotation, and you normalized, as well as I, being under debt, right? Good debt, bad debt, that's for another video. But right now we're talking about how negative this kind of debt can negatively affect you. Credit score, fall behind, collections, credit cards closing, only paying the minimum. Honestly, you can sit up there, and I ain't done this yet, but you can get a sheet of paper, and if you get a steady, say if your hours are pretty stable, you got a pretty consistent paycheck, you can sit up there and jot down, forget a 5-year plan, right? Because if you've gotten this far with your life, you don't have no business worrying about the next 5 years. You need to worry about getting through the next month, having a big impact and a difference that next month. Then you can scale out to a half-a-year plan, then a year plan, 3-year plan, 5-year plan, so on and so forth. But for the most part, you ain't got no business talking about no 5-year plan. Oh, I want to be this, or I want to be that. Man, we all grown at this point, unless you are, you're out here a YN or something like that. But for the most part, if you grown with responsibilities, girl, dude, kids, bills, get a sheet of paper and write down all your monthly expenses, and then juxtapose that, writing down what you make take home, and then you'll see your true debt to income ratio, right? And like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sick of living paycheck to paycheck. It's just simple as that. Like I said, I'm not well off. I'm not retired. I'm on my way to work right now. So it's not like, hey, I done found me a gold mine, guys. Most of this stuff isn't going to make your life change significantly in a matter of a month or two. But you will see a difference. You'll be like, dang, I actually got money. Right? And you keep yourself in the habit of just setting aside your money, setting it aside, put it in a very safe place. If you live with people, do not tell them about it, because they're going to ask you, once people know you figured out a system on how you can save money and they ain't did it, you become their ATM machine. You become somebody they can lean on or rely upon, and it's not fair. It's not fair, right? That you didn't set up the ability to break through. You feel me? You're still in a rat race, but you're just in a different part of the rat race. You feel me? You're getting towards the finish line. You're a step or two closer to the finish line. You're not running in place in the rat race. That's paycheck to paycheck. If you paycheck to paycheck and you condition your mind for that, and you don't have a solution or an alternative way about handling your finances, it's set up for the long run that you're going to be enduring this, and it's not healthy. You feel me? You're supposed to work, get it in, use our abilities to the best of our ability, get what we can out of our mind, our body, and when it comes down to a certain point, you got your savings, you got a lot of different assets and things that's worth value, they're appreciating, and now you can scale back a lot of the manual labor or the physical labor or whatever kind of occupation you have. And hey, if you got investments or you get dividends or whatever it is, now you can start getting residual income. You feel me? But we're that aside, we ain't worrying about that right now. The retirement plan, you need to worry about breaking this paycheck to paycheck Brokie cycle. You feel me? I ain't got a lot of money, but I got money. And I've only been successful with this a month. Okay? So a lot of this advice, you feel me, is not even concrete. I'm just telling you how it's going right now. I'm seeing some improvements. Now, is it sustainable? Who knows? I gotta go through it, and I'll follow up a video and let you know, like, hey, all right, it worked, or hey, it was just a pipe dream. But so far, so good. Like I said, I can't even speak on who I'm about to be at the end of the year or how much I'm finna. There's too many moving parts. I gotta take it day by day and just ride the rest of this month out. My birthday next month, at the end of this month or end of next month, I'll do a follow-up video. But this is the money cuffs. This is putting yourself, you feel me, under money probation because you don't know how to go out into the world and say no to yourself. You're like, I could buy it, but why? You feel me? You're putting parameters around the way you handle your money and stuff like that. So that being said, comment, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. More videos on the way. I'm gone.